Hello student. In last lecture we discussed about the overheating protection of transformer. In today's lecture we will discuss about the inrush magnetizing inrush current protection against the magnetizing inrush current of transformer. Okay, so when an unloaded transformer is connected to grid, it draws a large magnetizing current, inrush current, which is a several times the rated current of transformer. This inrush current flows only in a primary winding, and hence the differential protection considers inrush current as a internal fault current. Okay, so this is if we use the differential protection, then this normal, or we can because inrush current is normal when the unloaded transformer is connected to the grid, so we does not treat it like a fault. Okay, so but harmonic component contents in a inrush current are different than those of usual fault current. Okay, so DC component is 40 to 60%, and second harmonic current is 30 to 70%. So we have to make any such a device or such a protection system so that it can detect this harmonic component, so then we can differentiate between the fault and inrush current. So and third harmonic component is 10 to 30%. Third harmonic and its multiples do not appear in a pilot wire because this harmonic current circulate in the delta winding of transformer and delta connected city of star connected ending to the transformer. So we cannot observe the third harmonics while flowing the inrush current. Second harmonic is more in inrush current than in fault current. Hence, this characteristics is utilized to distinguish between the fault current and magnetizing inrush current. Okay, so we use the second harmonic component as a source to detect whether it is a fault or magnetizing inrush current. Okay, so to prevent the differential protection to operate for inrush current, a relay setting is kept higher than the maximum inrush current, or a relay time setting is kept longer enough for a magnetizing inrush current to decay below the primary current before relay operates. Okay, so but these remedies are inconsistent for a high speed and low primary current. Hence, in latest trend, harmonic content of magnetizing current is filtered out, rectified, and passed through the restraining coil. Harmonic current restraint. Okay, so operating coil carries only fundamental component of inrush current, and harmonic content and fundamental together pass through the restraining coil. Okay, so more harmonic current in a inrush current, more is restraining torque, and the relay does not operate. So this is how we achieve the our goal, that we pass the harmonic plus fundamental through the restraining coil. So if it is a inrush current, then in that current we have a current have a higher content, and due to this higher harmonic content, restraining torque is higher than the operating torque, and in that particular case our relay does not operate. Okay, so high speed bias differential protection with the harmonic restraint feature is used. Okay, a relay does not operate for an inrush current. Okay, so this is you can see this is a arrangement. Here we have a city 1, here we have a city 2, and we provide the inrush current to the restraining coil, and here we have another city, and this is a pilot wire, and this is a this is a operating coil, and this is a restraining coil. Okay, so we provide the current, both the current to the restraining and operating coil, so that we achieve our goal. Okay, so filter F1 is designed to pass fundamental component that energize the operating coil, and filter F2 is designed to pass the harmonic component that energize the additional restraining coil. Current passing through the normal restraining coil and additional restraining coil is produces enough restraining torque. Okay, a separate blocking relay in series with differential relay is used, that consists of 100 hertz blocking filter, and second harmonic in operating coil, and the 50 hertz blocking filter fundamental in restraining coil. At the time of magnetizing inrush, second harmonic component is maximum, that is clocked by blocking the relay and keep main relay contact open. Okay, so relay is adjusted so as not to operate when the second harmonic exceeds the 50% of fundamental current, and the minimum operating time is about 2 cycles. Okay, so DC offset and harmonics are also present in a fault current. So harmonic restraint relay fails to operate for an internal fault that contains a considerable harmonics due to the city saturation. To overcome this difficulty, an instantaneous overcurrent relay with the high set unit is also integrated in harmonic restraint scheme. This relay is set above the maximum inrush current. It will operates on heavy internal faults in less than 1 cycle. Okay, so we use overcurrent relay in conjunction with the this restraint protection. Okay, so now we have a another topic, protection against the incipient faults of transformer. Okay, so how we can protect our transformer from the incipient fault is a fault which is a smaller or which is a minor in beginning, but it will gradually it will increase. Okay, so transformer faults such as oil leakage, failure of ventilation system, failure of insulation between core and winding, small interturn short circuit, and deterioration of oil are initially minor faults uh, and becomes major due to the course of time. Okay, so incipient fault create local heating and causes oil to decompose into the gas that rises through the oil and accumulates at the top of the transformer. This gas is detected by a gas actuated relay, which is known as a Bocuse relay. Okay, so Bocuse relay is installed in between the main tank and the conservator tank through the pipe connecting these two, and operates an alarm when specified amount of gas is accumulated. Okay, so this is how this is the arrangement how we use the Bocuse relay. This is the oil tank. Okay, so this is the conservator part, and this is oil from main tank. Okay, so here we put one switch floats and mercury switch, and it will create an alarm when any bubbles or any incipient fault is present, and it will create a bubble, and due to this switch is operate and it will give the alarm signal. And if any kind of if alarm system is not sufficient, then in that condition this relays create a trip signal. Okay, so relay consists of oil tight container having two inner floats that operates and actuates the mercury switches connected to the external alarm or a tripping circuit. It is filled with the oil, and the floats stays engaged in a seats due to the bureaucracy. Okay, so this is how we achieve the protection against the incipient fault. So when incipient fault occurs, small bubbles of gases is generated that moves upward via relay to the conservator tank. While passing through the relay, they are trapped in the housing of the relay, and hence oil level falls. The upper float is now no longer under control under the upward thrust and under the action of counterweight attached to it. The float falls down in such a manner so as to tilt the mercury switch. The tilting of mercury switch sorts the two contacts of alarm circuit, and that will gives a warning that a serious fault is developing. Okay, so when a sudden serious fault occurs, bubbles of gas generated in a large quantity that falls the oil level in a large quantity too. The force of displaced oil tells the lower float and closes the mercury switch that energizes a trip coil of breaker. Okay, so Bocuse relay is used to indicate the loss of oil in the transformer by short circuiting the oil alarm contact. Vibration and shocks can maloperate the mercury switch that result in an unwanted tripping of transformer. So we have to taken care about the vibration and shocks. Relay operation is limited to protection against the incipient faults, non-electrical faults only. Okay, so because relay only operate for a incipient or a internal faults. Okay, so this is the end of your chapter. Okay, so this is the end of your chapter 4. And up to now, if you have any kind of doubt, then you can comment it down. Thank you.